Hello my darlings! Thank you so much for joining me today and clicking on this video. I hope that you're having a beautiful day and that you've had a wonderful week. So today I want to talk about the universe and divine timing and signs and reading them, all of that stuff. Today was a tough morning for me, but it was one where I learned a really important lesson, and I kind of just wanted to talk about it and talk about what it meant to me to learn this lesson. So I feel that we don't learn a lesson, we don't see something until we're ready to see it. It kind of makes me think of, when you're a teenager and your parents tell you, hey, don't do this because this is going to happen, and you kind of just ignore them. You feel like you know best, you know what the world has in store for you. You're kind of ignorant to a lot of things, and you just usually ignore your parents' advice. You kind of just go forth head first. I mean, not all teenagers, but I'm just saying quite a few teenagers. And if you are a teenager watching this, someday this will ring true for you and you'll totally think back to this. Oh, sorry if you see my dog here. Okay. He just had surgery, so he has the cone on for one more day and then he'll be done. But I guess he wanted to pop up on camera. So you might see him from time to time popping up because he's on top of my lap. What was I saying? Okay, so I feel though we go through that a lot as a teenager, even as adults, I feel we continue to do that, but on a much grander scale. We can kind of know something is right for us. We can know the right direction to take. We feel like the universe is kind of pushing us in that direction maybe, but we just ignore it. We turn a blind eye. We keep going. Now, one instance of this that I can think of right now. Okay, so this is a way that the universe has been trying to send me signs for the past few days, and how I have been continuously ignoring it, but not anymore. All of a sudden, these past 3 days, every single day, I've been a huge spider. I go into a room, huge spider, and I keep ignoring it or freaking out. Now, okay, if you don't know this, which I don't know why you would, unless, well, maybe if you've seen one of the past videos on my other channel. So, spiders are one of my spirit animals. It is my shadow spirit animal. And usually when I see the spider, I'm learning to be shown a lesson. The spider represents aspects of myself that I'm not always ready to see, or not always excited to deal with. So the past 3 days, and I've been in kind of a funk. I will admit, I've been in kind of a funk for a few days now. I've been feeling very creatively stunted. I've been feeling not necessarily sad, just kind of meh. Kind of stuck, not sure which direction to take moving forward. Not necessarily completely directionless, but very unsure of myself. And certain things from my past seem to be popping up around me. And I think part of it is I've been trying to ignore all of these things. I see signs of it, and though I'm somebody who does a lot of introspection, I think about things all of the time, and I try to look within to work through them. I kind of felt like I didn't have time for that this week, or I would do it on a very small scale and just kind of move on with my day. So I feel I've been ignoring a lot of things, and the spider kept showing up for me these past days to let me know, hey, look at these things, pay attention, look within, try to just create, even if it's not perfect, just create, just weave this web for yourself. You are the master and designer of your own destiny. Go for it. Instead, I didn't really see it until today when I ran into, 3 spiders, huge spiders, right in front of my face. And it was kind of like finally dealing with something that happened this morning, and seeing the spiders made me realize, like, okay, universe, I get it. I see you. Life isn't just happening to me. I control what happens to me, or at least how I can deal with it. Don't fall into a funk. This morning I had this misunderstanding, I suppose. And this misunderstanding, the way that the person worded something to me, pretty much made me break down. It made me feel like a way. It made me feel in a way that I did a very long time ago when I wasn't a very strong person and I was in a really bad relationship with somebody who did not treat me well, who did not respect me or value me. And I kind of allowed myself to fall back to that for just a second. It brought up those memories, and then I have learned to be strong enough and to use the tools that I know now and that I have learned to distance myself from those heavy emotions and kind of see, okay, so that feels similar to this, but is it really this? Let's look at the big picture. And I did that and I brought myself out of it, but I still felt frustrated with myself for feeling that in the first place, for not being strong enough, I suppose, to kind of just deal with it when I wanted to. And that frustration made a situation that could have just been very small, move on. It made it something way grander than it should have, and I was forced to see why it did that. I was forced to kind of face my past and realize the effects of it aren't completely gone, but at the same time, I have learned so much, and to be proud of that. So after that happened, I was still pretty emotional. Things got cleared up with the person that I had the misunderstanding with, but I felt very vulnerable, I suppose. And so I decided to just lay in bed for a few minutes and try to calm down. You know, spend some time with my dogs and love on them, and I let them love on me and try to feel better. And I also opened my YouTube app and I decided to watch a video. And one video that caught my eye was, I'll link it down below. It was it was a message for Leos. Well, this video just felt like another sign from the universe. The messages in this video were everything that I think I needed to hear in that moment. It felt so cleansing and powerful, and I just honestly feel that my spirit guides or angels helped me find this video. That vibration was there. It was exactly what I needed to hear in that moment, and it was just another sign to me from the universe that I needed to keep going. I figured out what I needed to figure out today, and though it was tough, it was also cleansing. So I think it's very easy to get caught up in our emotions, and I think for most of us, when we are very emotional, we ignore everything else. We become so captivated by our own misery or sadness or whatever emotion it is. We tend to ignore everything else around us. We don't pay attention to the signs, and the universe is trying to push us in the right direction. It's trying to let us know, hey, you're not alone. I'm here for you. I want to guide you to your bliss and happiness, but it's also so dependent on how we feel about ourselves. We have to have that good vibration. We have to try to pull ourselves out of certain situations as well, out of certain low vibrations. The universe can't do it all for us, right? But the universe tries to send us as many signs as possible. So that's really what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how maybe if I had paid attention to the spider the first day I saw it and kind of thought, hey, and I'm somebody who deeply believes in the symbolism of animals. You feel it in your gut. Your intuition leads you. And I think also the spirit animal, it connects. The cord between the spirit animal and your intuition, it connects at that moment, and you kind of just know. You don't know why you know, but you know that there is a lesson that you need to learn right then and there. And every time I saw the spider, because the spider isn't exactly my favorite animal, it's not a spirit animal that it's strange because I have always been so connected to it because of my fear. And though I had been trying for a while to move forward, get over my fear of spiders, because I knew that this spider was my spirit animal. It's one that visits me quite often in my dreams and crosses my path at certain times, I think, to teach me a lesson. And I know that now. I know that my fear will only block the message from reaching me. But still, I was ignoring it because I was so busy getting trapped in my own insecurities or fear. And that's exactly why the spider was showing up. I think the spider, because it's something that catches my attention, because of that fear, it was a big in your face, hey, pay attention to this shadow self, this shadow work that you need to do. So I am grateful for its visit today. The spider is now happily sitting near my plants, protecting them from any bugs. And it was just so many lessons wrapped up in one, in this tiny little creature, that helped me realize it was like it didn't click though. That's the thing. Seeing the spider and then having this breakdown this morning, that's when it clicked. Yesterday it couldn't click. The day before it couldn't click because I needed to learn the lesson first so that I could be open to the sign. And I think that's what's important, is knowing when to protect yourself, of course, protect your vibration, but also being open to what the universe is trying to teach you. And sometimes you have to be open to the pain as well. It's growing pains. And that's something that kept coming up for me today when I was doing my meditation and my daily tarot reading. I kept getting this message of growing pains. That's what I'm going to be going through this month, I feel, is learning lessons. And it might hurt sometimes, but it's going to help me push through and purge myself of the negativity from my past, and being able to transform into who I need to be in this next level of my life. To be able to gain everything that I want, I need to allow that purge to happen. And it hurts sometimes, but I think it's important for us to go through that in order to grow. And it's hard because you don't want to get out of your little bubble of comfort. Of course, nobody wants to feel pain, but sometimes it's very necessary to grow. And I think that's such a huge lesson that the universe has taught me. I think the universe continuously tries to show me. And my biggest times of growth and change and happiness have come from that pain. So I'm grateful for it. It shows me how strong I am. And okay, I'm kind of veering off into another direction here in this video, but yes, I just kind of wanted to go over that today, how we need to pay attention to these signs, these subtle signs. It might be different for you. We all have different spirit animals that call to us. It might be a certain song that ends up sparking that in you. You know, like for me, that video, that message, that was exactly what I needed to hear in that moment. But for all of us, it's something different. Something different will speak to you depending on your gifts or what it is that captures your attention. So just pay attention to anything that feels like, if it gives you this vibe of I need to pay attention to this, something's gonna come of this, or there's a message here that really is resonating with me right now. Let me sit on that for a little while and kind of think on what the universe is trying to tell me, or how does that relate to what I'm going through right now? Why does this feel like if I need to, read this passage in this book a few times because that's resonating with me so hard right now? So please pay attention to the signs around you and remember that the universe is here to guide us, even when it feels like if we're stuck in a rut and nothing good is happening for us and we can't figure out what we want to do next. Just trust that the universe is guiding you to something special. But sometimes you need to rest. Sometimes that change or the speed that you're going on right now, it's too much, and you need to pause for just a second so that you can learn a lesson, and that lesson is going to help you grow so that when you get to that next level, you'll be prepared. So I hope that helps. I hope that you are having a beautiful day. Thank you so much for watching this video and spending some time with me. I'm wishing you a beautiful week. Big kisses. Bye for now.